Welcome to another episode of the Spaced Out Let's Play. We have this guy still in the works, which will get all of this stuff out of the water, which will be nice. Thinking about maybe making what is sometimes called an evolution chamber. Just some things to help automate our farming. First, let's see what we have here. Gold. Nice. I feel like we were looking for ranching. Okay, well let's look at our skills. We have somebody who loves farming. So yeah, I think that might be what I was planning on doing. Let's give you improved carrying. Pretty much everyone is going to be getting the improved carrying and probably the piloting so that I can give them increased suit wearing. Alright, so I guess the fact that he has tidying would be really helpful as well, but I think because the allergies, I'm going to go with this guy. We don't want digging anyway, so we did Rost last, so we'll do, this will be Chance. If you are interested in having a dupe named after you, you can check out my Patreon for information about that. Let's go ahead and print Chance. Alright, so we got his schedule set up. Oh, I don't think I've given in his skill though. Where are you, Chance? There you. Oh, I need to put their names in. Okay. We want him to go into farming. And then we'll go down into the ranching. I think this is where I'm going to be putting the evolution chamber. No. Wait. Cancel. I don't want this fish in here. Swear to God. Well, that's a problem. Let the fish out. Alright. So they'll stay totally out of it, and then I'll put high priority. They'll stay out of it all the way until a dupe is here, and then they'll swim in. Come on, Bella. Count on you. Huh. I do think I could have probably used the move option, which I continue to forget is an option, because it wasn't always there. So what the evolution chamber will be is a way to kill critters that we don't want without our dupes having to do anything about it. So you're evolving the creature into meat. You could just drop the eggs into the water and that's fine, but any creatures that are already hatched, you have to use some automation to get it done, and some automated doors. I'm going to be building the equivalent of a baby gate here for our critters, so we can keep them within range of this. I did not realize I placed those two different directions. There we go. So now to them, this is like a bigger room, but we can still have it within the reach of just 2 auto sweepers. Some people will just have it within this range right here, but that feels a bit small for a full ranch. The reason we have these guys in here is so they can pick up coal and eggs and pull it out of here so that our dupes don't have to. So we've started this guy. Now we need to build another one of these. Make sure we build all the stuff before we just totally take out our ladders. We're going to need some automation down in here. We'll need buffer gates. And the way this is going to work is when it senses too many critters in here, what it will do is it will close the doors to push the water up to where the critter is, and it will evolve them. And then once they're gone and converted to meat, it will open up these doors again, but we need to make sure to do them in a special order or it will delete water. We need the bottom ones to open up first, or close first, then this one, and it'll slowly push the water up and evolve the creature. So we'll need something called a buffer gate. Let's see if we have it. Buffer gate. Alright, we need to get that researched real quick. Would have saved me to flip these doors, but they're already built. What did we get? Ooh. pants. Of course, as soon as we take a rancher, there's somebody much better at it. We'll take the seed here. I'm also starting to build up these guys. I'm going to be making like a pool off to the side here for all of the stuff I don't want to have in the base and just huck it over into this like pool of polluted water over here. Ah, the research is complete. Okay, so we have our buffer gates. This one will want to have 2 seconds. And then this one will be 4 seconds. Okay, so we've got 2 more doors in. Let's go ahead and deconstruct this guy, then we'll get another door in. So this here is why we can't just have them dropped off in a place with water. They won't put creatures in flooded drop-offs. So that's why you need to have the doors to push the water up when the criteria is met. Okay, now we need to research the critter drop-off. Critter sensor, rather. Here we are. So we're going to have our automation wire come up here, and then we're going to have that sensor here to check how many creatures are in it. And then that will be what triggers the doors to close. Otherwise, it'll be held open. I'm moving my auto super over because I'm pretty sure I will need a ladder here. I wonder if this conveyor loader stops dupes. I don't imagine it does, but let's see. Move to here, please. Yeah, no. Okay, so they can still walk here. Once this guy is done, which it might be, I will put a ladder here so they can go across if they need. Research is done. We've also got this guy. Ooh, more wallpaper. I feel like I have that one, but I might not. So what do we have here? Fertilizer and copper ore, sand. That should always still be going. Oh, I probably can't see past this corner. There we go. Silly me. Okay, so now we have the critter sensor. We'll set it here. We're going to make this into a very tiny room so that the sensor can see how many are in the room. Okay, so we want to set this to below 10. Okay, and then we can build these up. Here we go. You can see all the water is going to fall back down to there. Oh, wait. Okay, so now the doors are open. So we could say, so let's say a max of 7 critters here. So if more than, let's just say, so there's 4 in here. Let's say 3, just to get it to, so that you can see. So now we have max 3, so they'll come and get one of the hatches. They'll wrangle it. Here, we'll have this on lower priority. So if we have other places we want them, they'll go there before here. So what they should do is go over here and get a hatch. We have this to accept a lot of critters. I think I'm being silly. I think we need a critter pickup. I forgot that that was... This won't have the same kind of effect as it did before. When it was the pickup and the drop-off together, you could just have it auto pick up if it wasn't that. But I think we need both of these now. I was moving the eggs out like, are these the problem? Why is what I want not happening? Okay, so now we can put this on and have a max of 7. So let's see if someone will come wrangle. I know what I'm doing. Alright, so she is now wrangling them because I figured it out. Okay, so now she should take this, let's say, take this down for a second so that she won't drop it off here. Or Max will do it. Okay, so we have now delivered that hatch. Now let's go ahead and test this and say if it's above 0, just so we can see it work. I don't know what's happening here. So it says sending a red signal. Sure looks like it's sending a green signal. Okay, so here's where my problem is. I don't know what the problem is, but I have located it. When connecting to this buffer gate. Oh my god. It was because I had the line drawn between these two, so it was sending the green signal back, and that was making this whole line green. Okay, cool. It's amazing how just like such a small thing is like that. Same with coding. One little error. Okay. I have figured it out after an embarrassing amount of time. So now you can see it has gone up, it has pushed the water up, and the hatches are evolving. Okay, now it has finished, the doors will open, the water will come down, and it's done. So the next thing that would really help in this automation would be the solid filter. So when you pick up something and send it into this, you can then detect what it has and then send it on a different rail. So like we could have it so that this arm here is picking up eggs, sending it, or eggshell, sending it somewhere, and then also picking up meat and sending that somewhere else. But we don't have that, and we don't have the research for that for a little bit. So I am going to just have it pick it up and send it up onto this track, and it'll just drop it off here, which will be easier for our dupes to get to. I've cleaned up the sweeper over here. We're getting this all done. I'm sure you've also noticed, but water's getting a bit low. So I think probably the next thing I will do will be making our filter for water and chlorine over here probably, so that we can get all of the germs and we can convert this, and we can even start converting like this water into drinkable water. Next, to help with our ranching automation, hopefully this will go better than the previous thing. I'll pay attention to where my wires are this time. I am going to be automating this incubator. We're going to be using a combination of knot gates, filter gates, and buffer gates. Ooh, frilly socks. We're making progress on this being built. So, we'll see if it actually works how I want it to. But the way this should work... Okay. We have a pressure plate here. And we have the filter gate, which basically makes sure that it's getting a signal for a certain amount of time. So we'll only let a green signal through if the input has received a green signal for longer than a certain time. So what we're doing is if a dupe has stood here for more than 5 seconds, it will start this system. These ones with the squares are buffer gates. And we're going to be setting them to 200 seconds. And then this one with a triangle is the filter gate, and we will have it set to 10 seconds. So what it's checking is if a dupe has stood here to lullaby a critter in this, let's go ahead and say incubate and hatch egg. Once they've given the hug, we don't need to provide this any more power. It takes quite a bit of power, so we want it to be doing that as little as possible. So once it's gotten the hug, and it has its buff, this circuitry will make it so this thing can't be used again until that buff wears off, and then a dupe will be able to come over, stand on this, and start the system over again. Alright, so we have a hatch egg in here. Let's go ahead and get these high priority so that our rancher comes and interacts with this. Here comes Goldie. So she's going to stand here. Let's check the automation. Giving it that hug. It's checking. It has now been the 5 seconds. So now it's triggered this. This filter gate is going to give it long enough to get that hug. Okay. So as you can see, she is finished. It's about to wear out. There. Now it's sending an off signal because of the NOT gate right here. So it's telling it to turn off. And now these buffers are going to go through up to the 600 seconds. And then it will allow this to turn back on, and then it'll call for a dupe to come give it a hug. So as you can see here, this one's starting to tick through its countdown. So that's how you can automate this. You can chain a bunch of these to get a lot of incubation going on. I'm not too concerned about that, so I have just the one for right now. We could also have one for like incubating the Draco, so we could get this into a full ranch sooner. And once this hatches, it'll sit here and wait for a dupe. A dupe will come over and check, is this ranch full to the max? If it is, it will drop it off here, and that will start this counter sensor looking for a certain number to then evolve to meet. Otherwise, if it's empty, or if this is missing a creature because it's gotten too old or something, it'll replace it here first, because we have the critter drop off at a higher priority than this guy. So there we have it. I'll probably end up moving these eggs so that we can tell what's going on in this area. The dupes will pull, we can pretty much drop any eggs here. And then when one of these is empty, they'll just grab an egg from down here to put in. Yeah, there we have some automation for our ranches. Next, I think I'll probably tackle the water. So we'll have a way to get rid of the germs in this guy. Do wish we had chlorine. I guess we have some up here. But yeah, I'll probably send the clean but journey water over into this area. Though this area is so hot. I'm gonna go back and forth and figure out what I want to do there. But yeah, that will be next episode. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode, even if I struggled quite a bit. And until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day.